firework ordinances are in play this month, and those who sell them want you to celebrate safely. KTIV's Taylor Deckard introduces us tonight to a young man from Cherokee, Iowa, who is not only selling fireworks, but on a mission to help educate people who are buying them.
In Lamar's at Jake's Fireworks, Theo works to help educate others when buying fireworks at the stand.
It is important to implement safety when it comes to fireworks because I think it's very dangerous.
But in case you don't read it, Theo says he learned at a young age the dangers of mishandling fireworks.
So I've actually had a friend that lost his eye to a Roman candle, so I like to be very cautious about it, because I saw him go from 2 eyes to 1 eye, and it can be very dangerous.
He was around 14 at the time, now 18 years old.
Almost everybody knows somebody that probably got hurt from a firecracker or something like that in some way, shape, or form. So again, we want to make sure that they're age appropriate. We want to make sure that there's some adult supervision going on if the kids are using them.
He reminds people to use flat surfaces and don't be near the fireworks after it's lit. Keep a safe distance.
Say a kid wanted to get close to it and light it, it could minorly damage your face, but sometimes there's something called an electrical arc, and it can literally really hurt you, so it's very dangerous.
The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission says the most injured body parts includes hands and fingers, but also the head, face, and ears.
With these, you can put these in your pocket. I don't know if you guys knew this, but you can literally get friction from that, having it in your pocket, and it can set off in your pocket.
You have to be 18 to buy fireworks, but kids often come shopping with their parents.
The danger of being unsafe, and I really want to show children how to be safe this 4th of July.
In Lamar's, Taylor Deckard, KTIV News 4.
And members from Siouxland District Health Department say there are 2 times as many fires reported July 4th compared to any other day throughout the year. Let's take a look at some fireworks safety reminders for you tonight. Older children should use fireworks only under close adult supervision. Read directions and only use them away from people, away from houses, and away from flammable material. Only light one device at a time and stand back at a safe distance after lighting. Soak both spent and unused fireworks in water for a few hours before discarding. Keep a bucket of water nearby to fully extinguish fireworks, and keep your pets indoors.